Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. We begin with some breaking news coming in. Rescue operations are currently still on for 6 people who are missing in North Sikkim despite tough weather conditions. Remember, a landslide triggered by heavy rain struck an army camp in Chatin, Sikkim on the 1st of June, killing 3 personnel and leaving 6 missing. Visuals of the landslide on your screens there from Sikkim, where the situation continues to be quite grim at this point in time. I have with me Mr. Naveen Bhatnagar, former DIG of the NDRF, and Dr. P.K. Mishra, additional DG of the BSF. Let me begin with Mr. Naveen Bhatnagar. Mr. Bhatnagar, what really does one make of the current situation in Sikkim? And we're also learning that the search goes on, sir, for the 6 personnel who are still missing. How do the authorities really go about the search operation when the rains continue?
Yeah, so it happens every year like that. But this time, since this monsoon came earlier, so government was not ready for that. But anyhow, shelter homes were ready and they were maintained by the government. And our people, they were shifted to the shelter homes. But anyhow, the people remain stuck there. So definitely they were trapped and they were damaged or died. So anyhow, government is taking care all the preventive measures as well as the SDRF, NDRF, and Assam Rifle and other forces are also. They are engaged in the rescue operations, and all the amenities and the instructions and all the things are being provided. So we have, especially the NDRF, we have all the latest technology for this rescue operation, and we are using that one also. That is why not a huge the death case was reported. But anyhow, we have given the very good response for this rescue operation. Yeah, please.
All right, so stay on with me. I will come back to you in just a moment. Some more news coming in. The flood situation in Assam remains grim, with the water levels continuing to rise in many parts of the state. The Indian Met Department has predicted more rainfall for the state in the coming days. The northeast flood death toll has reached 38 at this point in time. We also have Mr. Digjyoti Lakkar, senior journalist, joining me from Northeast, and Mr. Ripunjay Das with us from the Northeast as well. Let me begin with Mr. Digjyoti Lakkar. Mr. Lakkar, where exactly in the Northeast are you, sir, and what is it that you can tell our viewers further about the situation, particularly in Assam right now, where we've learned that the death toll has touched 38? Could I please get an update? I can see 4 people who've joined us on the broadcast. May I please know their names so that I can address them correctly? Mr. Ripunjay Das, are you with me?
Yes, I am with you.
Yes, Mr. Das, I'll pose the same question to you, sir. I've been told that you're joining us from the Northeast. Firstly, I'd just like to begin by asking you, where exactly in the Northeast are you, sir, and what's the situation like where you are?
Well, I am joining you from Dibrugarh. This is the eastern part in Assam and one of the flooded districts where during the current wave of flood. The situation as of now has marginally improved, you can say, in some parts of eastern Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. But what follows the flood is very pathetic, because people have lost all their belongings, most of them, and due to this heavy landslide, mudslides, and also blockage in various parts of, particularly in the hill states of Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, and particularly Manipur, the things have become very worse. People are trying to battle it out with the Army, Indian Air Force, Assam Rifles, NDRF. These are the central agencies which have been roped in by the state government concerned. They are trying their best out, apart from the state government resources like state disaster response teams and disaster management teams. But as I say, that the rains have not stopped. The issue is with that only. Now there are more rains being predicted by the meteorological department, and particularly in places, higher places like Arunachal Pradesh, there is a very a heavy rain predicted for the next 48 hours. So that is a matter of very deep concern, because that rain becomes very much, when it flows down the stream, it becomes a huge problem for the people in Assam and many parts of Arunachal Pradesh and downstream also in the Kachar Valley and all, Guwahati and all, because the rainwater gushes through the huge Brahmaputra river system. It's a big Brahmaputra river system, and places like World Heritage Site like Majuli, Kaziranga National Park are the worst hit areas. So the first wave of floods have already taken its toll. Both in Assam alone, more than 5 lakhs people are hit in 21 districts across the state, and the government is trying its best, but still there are many steps which needs to be taken, because there are serious complaints of people who are camp inmates. They're not receiving proper relief materials and other things which are required for them, because all their houses are gone. And what follows next is erosion. Erosion is another big issue in Assam, places like Assam by the Brahmaputra. This is a very big issue in Assam, and erosion has already started in many places, gobbling huge patches of fertile land, and people have all. This is the part of the season, when people cultivate rabi crops and their fresh vegetable crops, which are required in the markets, are consumed by the markets, and this is the time they have been hit very badly, because we have seen during our tour. I was on tour this morning also. For the last 2 days, I have been extensively touring by even banana-made boats, banana tree-made boats, and country boats. People are very much badly hit, and both the center and the state needs to help their people in time of their distress.
Yes, absolutely. I will come back to all our guests in just a moment. Some more breaking news coming in. In Assam, more than 5.35 lakh people have been affected by the deluge in 22 districts. The death toll has increased by 1 to reach 11 in Assam, while 15 rivers are currently overflowing. Is Mr. Digjyoti Lakhar back with us on the broadcast? Mr. Lakhar, if you can hear me, I want to understand from you, sir, where exactly are you at this point in time, and what's the situation like? मिस्टर लक्कर, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल आ रहा है। और सबसे बड़ी बात है जो इस लगातार जो मानसून से पहले, मानसून ऐसे 10 जून के बाद आते हैं अक्सर असम और नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया में, मगर अभी जो पिछले कुछ दिनों से बे ऑफ बंगाल की जो और बांग्लादेश में जो सप्रेशन हुआ था, डीप सप्रेशन।
जी, मिस्टर लक्कर, आई एम सॉरी, मैं आपसे ये सबसे पहले जानना चाहती हूँ कि आप किधर हैं नॉर्थ ईस्ट में, और वहाँ क्या स्थिति है?
बिल्कुल वही जो हम लोग देखे हैं, जो पिछले करीब 29 मई से जो लगातार बारिश हो रहा था, गुवाहाटी से लेके पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट में, मेघालय हो, त्रिपुरा हो, मणिपुर हो, असम हो, बराक वैली, असम का बराक वैली, देन वेस्ट कार्बी आंगलॉन्ग, देन अदर रेस्ट ऑफ द ईयर। तो उसके वजह से पूरा जो एक माहौल बन गया, बांध का हालत खराब है, नाजुक है। असम के मुख्यमंत्री डॉक्टर हिमंत बिस्वा शर्मा ने कल उत्तर लखीमपुर, जो लखीमपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जो मेघालय अरुणाचल प्रदेश का रंगा नदी प्रोजेक्ट है, डैम था, वहां पर हाइड्रो पावर प्रोजेक्ट, उसका जो गेट खोल देने से 4 गेट खोल दिया था, उसके वजह से जो फ्लड हुआ, वहां का करीब लगभग 16,000 9 से ऊपर गांव वहां पूरा पानी के नीचे आ गए थे, उसका वो खुद वहां जाके मुख्यमंत्री हिमंत बिश्व शर्मा ने परिस्थिति को जताया। उसके बाद आज उन्होंने सुबह सुबह वो आज बराक वैली, जो बराक वैली का तीनों डिस्ट्रिक्ट हैलाकंदी, करीमगंज और कछार, तीनों बाढ़ के साथ इस बार में जो हुआ बराक नदी और कुशियारी नदी के वजह से वहां पूरा बाढ़ का सफेद में आ गया पूरा बराक वैली में, तो उसका भी ज्यादा लेने के लिए वो उन्होंने गया। इस दौरान हम लोग देखे हैं कि 2 दिन पहले भारत का गृह मंत्री अमित शाह ने चिंता जताया था, और आज देश का प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने मुख्यमंत्री डॉक्टर हिमंत बिश्व शर्मा के साथ असम की जो बाढ़ परिस्थिति है उसकी गंभीर हालत को लेके उनके चिंता जताया और बातचीत की, एंड उस पे ऐसा कुछ किया जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया और मतलब पूरी तरह से असम और उत्तर पूर्व की बाढ़ के साथ उन लोग मतलब सीरियस है, और साथ साथ जो भी मदद देने के लिए तैयार है। ये प्रधानमंत्री कार्यालय के साथ असम के मुख्यमंत्री में प्रधानमंत्री ने असम के मुख्यमंत्री को जताया।
All right. Some more breaking news coming in. At least 57 relief camps have been opened for affected people, mostly in Imphal East district, which is the worst flood affected district in the state. Approximately 1,85,000 people have sought refuge in 322 relief camps and distribution centers established by district administration in the flood affected areas of Assam. Let me bring in Dr. P.K. Mishra into the conversation. Dr. Mishra, we were just speaking to Mr. Ripunjay Das, who is in Assam himself. While the administration is, we've been told, creating more and more relief camps, what we're learning from the ground is that all the facilities are not reaching properly. What really becomes the big hurdle, and how can the government process just the supply of essentials better at this point in time?
Yes, so you have given a very good question. I can well tell you there are 322 relief camps in Assam, and the worst affected areas, I'll tell you, it is on 13,000 hectares of land that has been totally spoiled, totally, submerged in water. We have it in Lakhimpur, we have it, Hailakandi, we have it at Dibrugarh, and you have in Sribhumi, Nagaon, Dhingra, and Morigaon. All these places are totally submerged. It has become suddenly, and the rainfall was maximum this time. And when the rain started, it was predicted. That is the time the state should have come up to the expectation. That is the time all the NDRF and SDRF battalions to have decided to have been deployed well in advance, like earlier time in Dhemaji. We know in Dhemaji, every year the flood will come. That could have been deployed well in advance. There was some delay for which we have lost about 38 lives, and it is happening in Mizoram. You are speaking about Imphal. I just spoke to Imphal East. We have in River Iril, we have Nambol River, we have Komba River, we have Imphal River, we have Barak River. All are in spate. About 3,400 houses have been they were submerged, and 20,000 people are affected, and 174 villages have been submerged in the Imphal East itself. And Assam situation in Imphal East is really precarious, and we have to come up to the expectation. Now this is the time, not only Assam Rifles, NDRF or SDRF, it's high time, because in Assam Rifle, Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, there will be huge rain again. It has been predicted. So we have to involve helicopters, either from Army or from Air Force. We have to have Air Force evacuation and Army evacuation by helicopter, because these are the places. Earlier with 1st NDRF battalion, which I made in Guwahati, in Kosi River, when the flood was there, I know how we used it, how we took the equipment. So now our ex-DIG of NDRF, he was telling, but they are working, but it will take time. We have to send all the boats, all the speed boats, small speed boats, all the rubber boats, they have to come into action, and more NDRF battalions which are trained only for flood relief exercises, that has to be employed, including Assam Rifles, Army, and also SDRF. Things are pretty bad. I told you, 13,000 square hectares of land totally submerged, and we are running 322 relief camps. I know what is happening in relief camps. They want water. drinking water and also food materials to eat, though it is being provided, but it's not enough. That means we should have air dropping system, heli dropping system. It has to be made, because it is not every year what is happening in Lakhimpur or Dhemaji. This year it is maximum. And Imphal East, even I remained for 4 years or 5 years in Imphal, in Manipur, but I've never seen such type of thing in Imphal. It has happened like this year. So we have to employ now helicopters. It's not only private helicopters, the Air Force helicopters and the Army helicopters have to be come into existence. They have to drop all these relief materials immediately to the relief camps. There is no other option about this. And more number of boats are required, including life-saving materials, life-saving drugs, maximum number of health, our doctors and nurses, they have to be deployed as quickly as possible. As the PM and Chief Minister, they have given all the hopes that definitely they will help these areas. But it should come up to the expectation. Our deployment should be proper. It should have been better agar hum pehle se, much before we could have deployed at Hailakandi and Dhemaji and Morigaon, these areas, and Lakhimpur also. We could have deployed them well in advance, because we are ready. The NDRF is always ready. And of course, they have now reached. Let us hope the evacuation, the way the evacuation is taking place, the way people were taken down in landslides also in Arunachal Pradesh, they are being they are being helped also. And a lot of people were evacuated by Assam Rifles and NDRF and SDRF. But I came to know that Brahmaputra, in river Brahmaputra, in particular ahead of Dhubri, most of the all temporary Chor islands, they have been submerged. Nothing is existing. And river Brahmaputra is looking like an ocean. It's in fact a lot of islands, Chor islands, they will go now one by one. They are going. Now, one of the speaker, he was telling about Majoli, and I came to know 100% of the new Chor islands have been submerged, and people they have come to Majoli and to Dhubri district also, and also to Gwalpara.
Yes.
So they are all in relief camps, and the only request is both state government and central government must ensure that the relief to reach all these relief camps where the people are there, and people are there in. You see, only in Assam, about 22.5 lakhs people are displaced.
Yes.
This is maximum. I'm telling what has happened in Assam.
Yes.
And we should be prepared for that. And we hope that our government, our state missionaries.
Okay,
must
all
come
right.
up
So,
to
we have some more news. We have some more news coming in. We've been told with rainfall exceeding 130 mm, major damage has occurred along the routes to key tourist destinations, including Lachen, Lachung, Guru Dongram and the Valley of Flowers in 0 Point. The Tourism and Civil Aviation Department in an advisory has urged all tourists to exercise caution while travelling to Sikkim specifically. Mr. Naveen Kumar, I want to bring you back into the conversation, sir. Mr. Kumar, how critical does it become then for the NDRF and other officials and authorities to focus on tourist evacuation?
Yeah. So all the arrangements has been made well in advance, and our people, including the state government also, they are helping the people to evacuate the people, and our NDRF also doing the good job. And as well as, actually, it's a planning. It's a long planning. It's required, but because due to this early monsoon, it happens. Something we are lacking behind in this thing. That is why this huge human loss was reported. But anyhow, there are so many factors for this purpose and in this subject for this heavy devastation situation. But anyhow, we have set up the control room around the clock, 24/7. We are in the touch of IMD and the local administration also. We are getting the report, and accordingly our honorable PM and Home Minister both are keeping watch about this situation, and they are direct in the touch of chief ministers as well as the authorities also. and we are getting the information and instructions accordingly. We are doing our level best. Whatever we can do, we are doing our level best. But the situation, it's an experience, a high level experience for the next such type of situation. And we should request the governments of all the states as well center also to control this illegal constructions and this tree cutting of tree and this thing illegal minings. Immediately we should stop, otherwise in next session it will be havoc situation. But anyhow, a good job was done by the all the forces as well as the state government also. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Some more news coming in from Tripura. Over 10,000 people continue to remain in government relief camps. All schools across. All right, news from Mizoram. Mizoram have remained shut due to heavy rain that trigger landslides, mudslides, rockfalls and waterlogging in different parts of the state. Let me go back across to Mr. Punjay Das. Mr. Das, what is it that you're learning as far as other areas, particularly Mizoram, is concerned?
Yes, see, these are hill-prone areas, and the main issue with this, whenever this, Mr. Bhattnagar has rightly pointed out, because illegal construction and unplanned, haphazard way of construction goes on in these hilly areas, and cutting of hill cutting is also another big issue, for which there are several cases also pending in the courts. So these issue, whenever is not tackled in a very scientific manner, places like Mizoram, places like Arunachal, Sikkim, these places have a lot of hill areas during the main, in and around the main cities. So they become the first casualty, and the situation has become worse only due to these kind of issues. It's not that the northeastern states has started to receive rainfall, heavy rainfall only recently. It has been going on for the past several decades or centuries, whatever you say, because we have this record of maximum rainfall in Meghalaya state also. But the thing is that this unplanned way of construction has become a major and main issue now, and due to which there are a lot of pre-monsoon activities, like houses going down. You can see pictures where several landslide is taking from mudslides, landslides. Highways are being built, but at what cost? At the cost of the greenery, of the roadside greenery. Roadside trees are being cut in a very unscientific way. So these have become a very major issue, and places like Mizoram, Sikkim. And another issue I'd like to highlight is also the construction of mega dams. Mega dams in the northeast, we have seen Sikkim has become, and now in places like Arunachal Pradesh, there are a lot of opposition to mega dams, construction of mega dams. So that has also been tackled very scientifically, and otherwise this kind of a situation, sudden loss of life will go on, which will be very much unfortunate issue, because northeast Assam, we know floods have been a almost common phenomenon in Assam for several centuries now. So, but destruction level has gone up many-fold, whether, and on the other hand, the strategic level by the government, it seems to be very much lacking. And there is also another issue which will come up, I am sure, within the next few days. People have started politicizing this issue, and opposition and ruling power member, they will start politicizing on this issue. And that will also harm the entire process. Ultimately, the common man will be the big casualty. He will have to face the music of the entire systematic goof up, and this needs to be addressed at a very proper and scientific way. Otherwise, places like Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Mizoram, Manipur, Meghalaya, Nagaland, these will all lose their natural beauty and pristine atmosphere, and floods will become an erosion. Landslide will become the order of the day. I'm unfortunate. This will be very unfortunate, but this will bring in also untold sufferings to the people here
Yes.
in the northeast region.
Absolutely. Some more news coming in at this point in time. We're learning that the state administration has set up 66 relief camps in affected districts, currently sheltering 2,926 families. In West Tripura district, this accounts for the majority, with 50 camps accommodating 2,352 families. Tripura also pretty badly affected. Mr. P.K. Mishra, bringing you back into the broadcast, I want to understand from you as well, what exactly are you picking up as far as the situation in Tripura then is concerned?
Yeah, as far as Tripura is concerned, definitely the rainfall is more in Tripura. And of course, the roads in Tripura, they are good. But you see, as the other speaker, Nikunjoy was telling, everywhere you find most of the trees which are there on the hilltops, both sides of the road, they are not existing at all. People have cut all those trees. Mostly in Tripura, you go towards the border from Agartala, and even in interior areas, you go both the sides, you find the trees have gone. It is not only in Tripura. You see in Nagaland from Kohima to Sataka, from in Imphal, you see from Palel to More, and Imphal you go to Churachandpur to Singhat. These are areas, if you really travel, I mean, I have traveled just for 1 month in one of the state, and I'm telling you, you find all the hilltops, they are absolutely barren. Those are full of trees, pine trees. They are not existing at all, whether it is Nagaland, but it is Tripura, but it is Imphal, but it is Mizoram, it is Manipur. Nowhere it exists. It is known to the government, but it's continuing. But Tripura, definitely the rainfall is more. But yet we have to be, in fact, that I told you, it's not that earthquake will come intimating that I am coming, and rainfall will be there in northeast, whether in Meghalaya or so, that okay, I am now going to rain. It's not that. We know the terrain. We know how the rainfall will be there. Prediction of rain and what much of rainfall will be there. It is all known. So we have to be ready before 1 month of the rainfall, and we know it will happen in northeast. It's not a new phenomenon. So and this is what has happened in Tripura, because we know that it is Assam, we get more rainfall. Imphal, we get more rainfall. Meghalaya, we get rainfall. That doesn't mean that in Tripura it will not be there. So everywhere the state government should have been adhered to all the instruction, and they should have deployed the troops. If you don't have NDRF, at least the SDRF is there with every state. That could have been well kept in reserve, and all the boards, particularly all these relief materials and relief items required, logistic items required for the SDRF, they should have been ready in position in Tripura also, which were delayed. But yet, now I told you about these relief camps. I came to know today about the relief camps in Manipur, particularly in Imphal East. You see, your relief materials should reach these relief camps. Like in Tripura, I told we have about 22 to 30 relief camps are there in Tripura now. Government has set up, but things have to reach there. People, they are there in thousands and thousands. They are there in Tripura in those relief camps. We have to ensure that at least drinking water and the medicines for the children and the food materials, they must reach well in time. And this is the time. We should not wait for expenditure. We should go for air evacuation. We should go for helicopter evacuation. We should go for a helicopter air dropping with food materials. So that is what is required. Tripura, we have to control Tripura area, because and here as the other speaker was said, politics will come up. No, this is not the time to play politics. A lot of lakhs and lakhs of people, not only in Tripura, in Imphal and Assam and Mizoram and Manipur, they are all involved. So we have to see to it that people, they get some relief,
Absolutely.
and they have to go back to their homes after the rain stops. And this is not to play politics at this time, whether it is Congress, BJP and SP, everybody should come together. Like in Op Sundur, we were all together. We have to be together now, because in Assam, it is not Hemant Biswakarma who is fighting. It's not Mr. Modi who is fighting.
Yes.
It's not Mr. Rahul who is fighting. It's the country which is fighting. We have to see our people, they get the relief, and they should not
Absolutely.
be washed away. There should not be more deaths in Assam. We have
Yes.
lost 38 people. Let us not lose more. Let's help the civilians. Let us see that
Okay,
relief
all
camps
right.
they go.
All right, Mr. Vishwa, thank you so much. On that note, I'm going to thank all of our guests. We've run out of time, but we have some more breaking news to quickly address. Flash floods caused by overflowing rivers have breached embankments and have impacted over 56,000 people in Manipur. An official statement said that 10,477 houses have been ravaged as far as Manipur is concerned. Visuals on your screens, viewers. Meanwhile, we have some more breaking news coming in. The Teesta River has swelled by 35 to 40 feet following a cloudburst and persistent rain, cutting off regional connectivity and inflicting major damage on vital roads and bridges. And in other news, the State Emergency Operations Center reported that 938 people in 156 villages across 23 districts of Arunachal Pradesh have been affected by the ongoing deluge. So update there coming in by the state authorities on the impact of rains in Arunachal. Meanwhile, several districts including West Kaming, Kamle, Lower and Upper Subansiri, Papumpare, Dibang Valley, Lower Dibang Valley, Lohit, Changlang, Kradadi, Kurung, Kume and Longding have reported flood-like conditions and landslides as major rivers and the tributaries continue to flow above the danger mark. With that, viewers, we slip into a very quick break.